Good morning to you amazing people out there in this world. Welcome to my channel, My Life Perspective by Trenton. Hope everyone is doing well today, and you know that the holiday season was good to you is just as much as it was good to me, right? And today we're going to be discussing a topic that I truly find dear to my heart. I find dear to my heart mainly because of the one, I'm a black man myself, but let's go ahead and get to it. So today's topic, I'm discussing black men and black women, the marriage and interracial relationship that some people have a hard time accepting and some others are open and understanding and accepting of it, right? At the end of the day, it's not like it's law that these things can't happen, right? And I'm just grateful to see another black man who found a woman who was truly there for him by his side. When I read his post this morning about why he chose to marry Jeremy Reaves of the Washington Commanders, why he chose to marry the woman that he's with, I believe her name was Michaela. I looked at what was said about, their relationship. They met each other over 8 years ago. They were friends. They got to know each other, and she was there, by his side, supporting him, bringing him up, and giving him encouragement, words of encouragement and affirmation. And in these days and times, for any man, if you find a woman that is truly there for you, that supports you in that manner and not like, that's truly a beautiful thing to have and beautiful quality to have in a woman in a relationship, right? Why do I say that? Because there's so many men out here. There's a lot of good men out here that you're labeled dogs, you're labeled not good enough, you're told as a man you need to provide, and you need to have this amount of money, this and that, so on and so forth. But yet, here's a guy that found a woman that truly makes him happy, and obviously, he makes her happy. I saw some of the comments in the post, some of the things that were said, and really, it just shows, the good side and the ugly side of the world. Some people just still have some growing to do, right? Ideally, or mainly coming from black and white community, people saying things, that were good and that were positive, and some that were gross, right? But honestly, I truly have a heart for black men and white women who get married and have these marriages and relationships, because a lot of times you hear a lot of negative things. Oh, the divorce rate is high, things like that, so on and so forth. But there are also on the good side black men and white women, or Latina women, or Asian women who have good marriages, who have healthy relationships together, and who are genuinely happy to be with one another and in a relationship, in a marriage. So honestly, my thoughts and prayers go out to this relationship, to this marriage, that things will go well for them. I pray that they have a happy marriage, that they're together, and that they build a happy and successful family together. Why? Because they truly deserve that, right? And just to see him win that game in overtime, and then to see them celebrate that relationship and to have others celebrate it with them, congratulating them, I'm happy for them. And I honestly hope that good things happen and come of that marriage. Despite what critics or people may say, I know you got some of the pro-blacks out there, or people, or some of the women out there, saying things that are disparaging. And honestly, it's like, when I look at some of these things that are said about black men, especially in the black community who marry out, one, I understand based on the status of where the community is. I truly understand why some black men marry out, right? It's not a high number, but the number is increasing. At the end of the day, I just hope that they find what makes them truly happy, and that they're happy in their marriage with their women, right? Overall, I look at the marriage statistics, across the board. People in general should just be with who's gonna make them happy, and who's gonna, help them in their time of need, and help build a happy relationship. In today's society, where a lot of people, all they talk about is, I don't want to get married, or divorce rate is high, things like that, I'm grateful to see that there are still people out here getting married who still believe that there are good men, good women out here who still believe and the concept of having a family. I'm one of those people. I truly believe that marriage is a wonderful thing. That despite the labels that society puts on it, we want to glorify the street and culture life. You know, being out there, being promiscuous, so on and so forth. And we call it living life on our own terms, and being and doing what makes us happy in that regard. But then we'll bash the idea of marriage, right? In our community, the black community, a lot of women want to have kids, but they don't want the man in the household. And then it's like, what's the point of even having a kid, right? And I grew up with, some of the women talking like that. I saw examples of it, and mainly because of how people are conditioned, how they grew up. So I can understand in that regard, but when I look at the concept of family today in America and just worldwide, family is something that we need to bring back. Especially with the society we live in, we need to bring back a strong culture of family and what it means to be in a happy marriage, happy relationship, supporting each other, supporting one another, getting through, tough times, and just simply knowing and understanding how to love each other through those tough times, right? Now, as someone who aspires to be married myself, one thing that I will say is that when it comes to the interracial marriage compartment, and especially for black men, we take a lot of flack from our community, for marrying women outside of our race, because thing that there's this saying that we should love only the women of our community, and that the women of our community are not getting married as much, and we're to blame for all that. And we need, as black men, need to step up and marry the women, take care of the women, and so on and so forth. But a lot of the women haven't done that for a lot of the men in our community, right? And I'm not saying this to bash. I'm saying it from a true perspective, right? I say it because at the end of the day, I truly believe as black men, we have to do what makes us happy. We always have people trying to be the dick police, or be someone that's trying to tell you how you should live your life on their terms in terms of what makes them happy. And I want to say, as a black man, you leave the plantation and you go do what makes you happy, whether that be with your own community or some other community. I overall just want to see this dude happy, right? I've had my own father, talk about how black men, if you go out and you date and marry white or whatever outside of your community, he brought up, he said, oh, those same black men are weak. They can't handle a strong black woman, so on and so forth, right? They can't handle the strong black woman. But then, you have other black women who are out there debunking that black women shouldn't be out here on that strong black woman trope, right? And I truly agree with them. But then, a couple years later, he gets into an argument. He's going through all these issues with the same black woman he was with in a relationship. And he was like, son, I understand why some men go out the race, and I understand why you choose to date outside your own race. I'm not saying it to say that, that they're perfect, but sometimes you go out to look for better, and sometimes better comes in another form, in a race or another woman that you didn't even expect, right? And sometimes those things happen, right? But a lot of what I see today is, it's always, well, why do black athletes marry, white women, or whatever the case may be, right? And it's like, why is it your business who they marry? Let these same black men marry and date who they choose to marry and date. Be happy, right? When I saw Travis Kelce with a black woman, I don't know how many white women got in the comment section bashing that relationship, talking bad on white man or Travis Kelce because he was with, a black woman. Now he's with Taylor Swift or whatever, supposedly, right? None of my business, don't care. I'm just making it and using it as an example. At the end of the day, when it comes down to it, I just love seeing black men who are happy outside of our own race. I like, especially good black men, because in our community, we bash the good black men. We make it seem like they don't exist, and then when they go find another woman, it's almost this whole thing that that they call you. They want to say that you're a sellout and you're a coon and you're a dog, and people give you these bad labels and things that don't necessarily fit you. So overall, I just want what's best for them. I hope that Jeremy Reaves and his wife Michaela, or future wife to be, I hope that they get married, that they have a happy relationship, that good things happen for them, they build and have a happy family, a strong family, and that they're successful. Who cares what everyone else thinks? For all those that got the negative comments, you still have some growing up to do, right? If you have a problem with that kind of relationship, then there's something wrong with you personally. All right. But that's all for my video today. Thank you for your new subscribers and those that are coming in to watch my video for the first time today. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to my content if you like it. And I'll get back to you in another video. Take care. Have a great day.